Okay, so this is the Psychic Abilities tarot spread that I'm gonna do. Think I'm gonna combine a couple different spreads and kind of like create my own here as I go. I have one laid out. I'm also filming on TikTok, so I'm gonna stitch some videos together just because I can't get my camera to work the right way. So anyway, we're gonna dive on in, and I will show you the cards as I pull them, because I don't really have a good setup to show you as I'm working yet. So the first card that I'm going to pull is going to represent a way that you can enhance the psychic abilities you currently have. Moving into the next cards that I'm going to pull, I laid 3 out in a row because I feel as though you have more than one psychic ability. So therefore, it's going to give us a few different abilities that you have. And then from there, it's going to be things that you can further explore in regards to those psychic abilities. And lastly, the last card I'm going to pull is going to be a way that you can learn how to follow your intuition a little better. And that's just where we're going to start. I do have another spread that I'm thinking of trying out as well. And it's called the Golden. All right, so moving into the abilities that you have, I've laid out 3 cards just like this. Bam, bam, bam. Up here is a work in progress. You're not quite aware yet of this ability. In the middle here is an ability that you're pretty strong in knowing you have. Down here, the lower level of psychic ability card is going to represent a ability that is kind of hiding in your shadow self, that's going to reveal itself when you go through the dark night of the soul on your spiritual progression. So we're going to start with the one in the middle, the one that you are more aware of that you have right now. And we get the 2 of Wands. Now this 2 of Wands lets us know that you are very strong in your partnership, in your plans, and in your balance. And because of this, you are a natural creative person. You naturally have the aspirations that are needed in order to follow this psychic ability path. And I said psychic abilities. So this 2 of Wands is letting me know that you hold a great power to influence others. And this ability lies in the fact that you just happen to get really strong reads on people and you know exactly what it means. You know when somebody's good, you know when somebody's bad, and your gut will tell you. This 2 of Wands is letting me know that you're able to plan around these feelings of others. And that is a very positive, strong ability of yours. The ability to know if somebody is a good character or not. Now, that ability can have a plethora of different names. An empath is obviously the first one that probably comes to mind, because as an empath, it's very easy to pick up on the feelings of others and the kinds of person they are, the morals and the ethics that they hold. Up next, I'm going to pull the card that's up here, the card that lies up here in your subconscious mind currently, that you're going to be able to awaken when we draw some more cards. We'll see how. We get the Hierophant. This is a major arcana card. The Hierophant is known for his knowledge, his wisdoms, and his ability to teach. So that right there states exactly what this ability is of yours, that is lying in your subconscious, in your third eye, in the top chakra. When you're able to open up that third chakra just a little bit more and feel comfortable allowing yourself for these forces to come in unknowingly, that is when you're going to realize this ability really starting to expand and starting to flourish within your life and within yourself. And so this Hierophant card is also well known as representing a spiritual leader. When you're able to open that third eye chakra and you're able to bring yourself to a place where you're comfortable receiving this download of knowledge and comfortable standing out amongst a crowd and not being afraid to share the knowledge that you possess, you're going to find this ability expand so much greater in ways that you really never expected them to grow. You just know things. And I know I've said this to your daughter and your husband as well. You just know things too. And being this spiritual leader and having this Hierophant card up here is a really powerful message that you are meant to share your abilities and share the knowledge that you have with others. And this ability of yours is going to be the ability to put the spiritual knowledge that you learn into words in a way that allows others to better understand and better progress on their spiritual journey as well. You are a natural giver, a natural caretaker. And because of this, you are also a natural born leader. And being a natural born leader is sometimes an ability that people overlook. They don't see this as a psychic ability, but it very much so is. Because without having that leadership skill and being that spiritual guru and spiritual teacher, you're not going to allow others to be able to expand in ways that they could have in this earthly plane and in this lifetime. So as far as that psychic ability goes, it's the ability of knowing, the ability of having wisdom, learning from your past, learning from the present, and being able to put that in words in a way that is really powerful and empowering. You are an empowerer. You are meant to make people stand out. You are meant to stand out. And because of that, this gift is really special. This spiritual leader essence is beyond important in your life. And when you get to that point where you feel comfortable sharing this with the world, the limit is endless on what it is you're going to be able to achieve, and being able to better understand these abilities are going to come naturally as well. And on our lower level here for psychic abilities, this is going to represent a psychic ability that is going to come to the forefront when you go through this dark night of the soul on your spiritual progression. And we get the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords. This lets me know that you are destined to dabble in the realm of mediumship. You have a strong connection with your spirits, and you are there's clairaudience in your life as well. You're going to have an ability to communicate with spirits. This ability is going to be a little more difficult to hone in on because there's a lot of fear-based elements to this ability, I sense. So the Queen of Swords is known for her truthful honesty. She's known for her strength and her ambition. And through this strength and ambition, this is what's going to get you through that dark night of the soul in order to be able to achieve the mediumship and clairsentient audience that you possess. You already are clairsentient in the sense that you are an empath, and you already are able to feel people and be able to judge them based off that in a positive light or negative, depending on the gut. You get what I'm saying there. So this ability of yours, this mediumship ability, is actually going to be the forefront of what I feel you're going to want to follow through with. You're going to use a lot of different tools in order to get there. Divination is going to be a huge tool of yours in order to allow yourself to feel comfortable connecting with spirits. Connecting with your guides is going to be a great start. The Queen of Swords did not get to where she is through not connecting with her guides first. Because of her ambition and because of her knowledge and wisdoms when it comes to her voice, she knows that she has to take the rightful path in order to get to this final destination of this final ability that, in a sense, is the greatest ability that you hold. I hope that makes sense. So mediumship is huge for you. You have a very, very strong connection to spirit, and your guides are really waiting, and they're really excited for when you're ready to take that leap of faith and trust that their signs are out there, and they're waiting for you to be ready to converse with them and talk with them. I also am sensing, just when I'm putting these three cards together, the Hierophant, Two of Wands, and Queen of Swords, automatic writing is going to be huge for you. Automatic writing is really going to help you open yourself up to this other realm and these other abilities that you hold. And I would urge you to start by learning your spirit guide's name. And so through this automatic writing, which is another ability that you do possess, so we have empath, the ability to know things, spiritual leader, guru, essence, clairsentient, clairaudient, automatic writing. These are all different psychic abilities that are coming to the forefront currently in this read. I do feel that there are other abilities that you possess. These are the ones currently that are standing out right now. These are the ones currently that you can work on and progress through and with. So moving on to our other cards here, we do have our last two cards, which is something that you should further explore when it comes to these abilities. And we get the Queen of Cups. This is no surprise here. Because you are clairsentient and you feel it and you are an empath, this Queen of Cups is known for her intuition, her compassion, and her creativity. So a way that you can help you further explore your abilities is it's letting us know that you already have and possess these skills. You already are creative. You already are compassionate. You already are intuitive. Putting those three main elements together are going to help you progress. You need to trust in yourself, though. This Queen of Cups did not get to where she is through not believing in who she is. Her emotions have gone up and down, and she's gotten to a point where she's able to level that rockiness, level the rockiness of the emotions, and trust in herself. And this is going to be huge for you. Being able to reach this point of believing in you, believing in what you possess, believing in who you are is what's really ultimately going to propel you and drive you to a point where these abilities are going to really be pronounced in your life. And you're going to be able to recognize them on separate levels and collectively as one as well. This Queen of Cups is really letting me know that you really should further explore the creativity that you hold and possess within yourself without fear. Don't be afraid to use divination as a way of connecting, and don't be afraid of being wrong when you're doing so. So when you're reading cards, or if you get into runes or pendulums or reading tea leaves, whatever kind of draws and sparks that creativity for you, don't be afraid of being wrong. And when it comes to your mediumship abilities, when you feel ready to dive into that and you start to want to do readings for people, do not be afraid of being wrong. What comes up first, say it. You will be wrong sometimes. That's okay. That doesn't mean the message that you're getting is necessarily wrong in itself, though. And what I mean by that is, as a medium, you are connecting with spirit and you're getting messages. These messages aren't coming from nowhere. So just because you might do a reading for somebody or want to try exploring reading photos because you are clairsentient and the feelings you can absorb through photos here, don't be afraid of diving in when you feel ready, when you've gone through that sort of dark night journey. And don't be afraid. So this Queen of Cups is letting you know that you have that solid foot in the door already because you are creative, ambitious, and compassionate and intuitive. The last card in this spread is how, sorry, I'm looking at my notes, how you can learn to follow your intuition. And we ironically get the Death card, which after what we were just talking about is no surprise at all. In order to learn to follow this intuition, you have to allow yourself to go through some kind of reincarnation on the physical plane currently. You need to allow parts of yourself to die off. You need to forgive parts of yourself that you're not happy with. And this is going to be a very difficult transition, a very difficult time. And this Death card is letting me know that it's representing that dark night of the soul that I have mentioned a number of times now. In order to be able to trust in this intuition, you need to go through this dark stage. And so it's really important that you begin again. Don't be afraid of the parts that you're losing. Trust that the universe is saying goodbye to these elements of who you are because it's for your better good. And again, much easier said than done. And it's easy for anybody to say these things in a reading, and it's much harder to implement that in real life. However, this is the biggest hold back currently for you in your life. And when it comes to your abilities and expanding on those, this is ultimately what's really holding you back from being able to achieve your mediumship, your clairaudience, and your spiritual teachings that you're going to be able to give to others. So with that being said, I don't really have a big workspace here, so I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to get another spread laid out quick, and we're just going to go over this Golden Shadow Tarot spread. This Golden Shadow Tarot spread is going to let us know what your highest potential is, how you currently use your main gift related to this potential, what you fear about developing your full potential, how you hide it, and how you relate to others with a similar gift. So this is going to hopefully give us just a little more insight into maybe the specific gift that you're aware of, the empath, clairsentient, I'm sorry, empath, clairsentience, and clairaudience is going to, it's going to help us dive a little deeper into those things. So just give me a minute. Okay, so I have the cards laid out, and I'm actually, in case you're wondering, I like to let people know I'm using this tarot deck. I didn't let you know the other one, but it's Phantasm Tarot. It's a new deck I just got, but I'm really drawn to it, and I think this is actually really perfect for this reading. So anyway, our first card is what your highest potential is, and this is going to be the highest potential that might potentially be hidden. You might be somewhat aware of it. And we get the Two of Cups. So your highest potential here that you're not necessarily aware of is your ability to bring people together and your ability to balance the waters of the masculine and feminine energies. You do a really good job of allowing others to feel comfortable in who they are and in how they're feeling. And this potential, this is your highest gift here, is the ability to be able to know and mediate the feelings that others have. You're really kind, you have a really kind soul and a very loving, tender nature to you. And I got cut off, I'm sorry. So anyway, drawing this Two of Cups card in your highest potential category is letting us know that you have a innate ability to connect with others on a level that goes much deeper than simply a facade. People are naturally drawn to you because you are so caring and empathetic, and you don't let just anybody in, and that's okay. That's a good thing. This potential of yours is letting us know that you hold the potential in the future to bring people together. And this goes back to our previous spread of being a spiritual leader and having an inner knowing and that wisdom. And that makes sense considering the spiritual teachings and the ability to know was up here in the highest position, in the subconscious, in your third chakra. This is your highest potential, the ability to bring others together through your empathetic clairsentience abilities. And the other abilities that we talked about go hand in hand with this as well. As you strengthen those abilities, your ability to connect others is going to be that much stronger as well. You're going to be able to help them feel more balanced in their life. You're going to be able to help them balance their masculine and feminine energies better. You're going to be able to help in the relationships of others and in the teachings of others on how to progress and move forward in life. Up next is how you currently use this main gift related to this potential. And we have the Nine of Wands. So the way that you currently use this main gift related to this potential is you're fearless. And you need to remember that you're fearless. You need to remember that you hold the power within yourself. Sometimes you're a bit too hasty and you want to see the progress happen a little quicker than it's going to happen. Sometimes you do need to slow down and kind of take a break and kind of, give yourself some grace. Give yourself the love and compassion that you give others. Give yourself the balance that you bring to others' lives. start bringing these energies into your personal life, into interpersonally within yourself. This is really going to help you with this main gift. And this is also subconsciously how you are helping others as well. And I think this is a huge thing to realize. In order for you to be able to help others the way that you already are, in order to be the empath and clairsentient person that you are, then you have to tap into your innate ability to remain calm in the face of adversity and in the face of crumbling structures, so to speak. When you are faced with a difficult challenge, you don't back down. And this is really what helps you with this highest potential of what you have to offer others. This is why others do look up to you. And I do sense that there is a lack of self-confidence when it comes to this. I sense that you don't always feel as though this is true, and it almost might come as a shock that people would think this about you. However, the cards are not lying, and you are fierce and you are courageous, and this is what allows you to shine this light and be this beacon of light in others' lives. You are always prepared to go into a fight if need be. And you're not afraid to go into a fight if need be. You have this ability to gather all the strength necessary and stamina necessary in order to defend what you feel is right, to defend your morals and your ethics. And this is something that not very many people nowadays possess. And this is a great gift, being able to know when to fight and when to back down. And you have this innate ability. It comes naturally to you, and it allows your highest potential to shine that much more because you hold within you this strength to overcome and to achieve. And you're also able to proceed from there with almost like a watchful eye, but also keep going at the same time. And this is really powerful in how you're able to bring this light to others and be this empath that you are. You see through a lot of people's bullshit, and that's a good thing. Moving on though. What you fear about developing your highest potential, this is also going to represent what you fear when it comes to developing the majority of your psychic gifts. We get the Ace of Wands. And this is actually a very simple answer. You're afraid to take the first steps, and you're afraid to take that leap of faith. The Ace of Wands is the beginning of a creative journey. It's a beginning of our passionate spiritual journeys, and it's being able to take that leap of faith, trust that universe, and not be afraid to back down. It's a time to spread your wings and let the universe guide you. And with doing so, you're going to be able to develop your full potential. You're scared that if you take this leap, you're going to fail. You're not. There is no failure when it comes to spiritual growth, when it comes to our abilities, and when it comes to manifesting these abilities and growing these abilities. There is no room for failure. There is only room for growth. Even if you feel you've taken steps backwards, that is progression, because that means that's what you were meant to do. That means that's your journey. That means that's your trajectory. These things don't happen overnight. However, they're never going to happen unless you just take this leap of faith. And this goes back to, in the previous spread, what I was saying about not being afraid of being wrong. This Ace of Wands is letting us know that you possess the infinite powers to be able to know, and your creativity and your passion is really going to shine through no matter what you do, no matter who you help. And that ultimately is going to be a win no matter what. So anyway, our next card is how you hide, what you do to hide these things, and in turn, what would be holding you back. We get the King of Wands. So this is letting me know that you hide behind somebody else in your life who's not afraid to speak up, somebody in your life who's not afraid to take those leaps of faith and is not afraid to say how they're feeling, say what they think, and share their perspectives on things. This is letting us know that you sometimes would rather take the back seat instead of taking the front seat. And hiding behind this person has helped you immensely with your confidence, which is great. It's time now to also be the person that is open and does step forward and is comfortable sharing their thoughts. You need to start to mirror this person. And you know who this is. I know you know who this is. So it's time to start mirroring those actions. It's time to start mirroring and mimicking those that confidence. Ultimately, don't be so afraid. You're not gonna be wrong in what you say. And like I said, even if you're wrong, it's a learning curve. You're meant to say what you have to say, and you're meant to share how you feel, because that is your destiny. You're meant to be a spreader of spiritual gifts and joy, and you hiding behind somebody isn't going to get you there any faster. And lastly, our last card here is how you relate to others that have a similar gift. And we get the Six of Cups. So this makes perfect sense. Getting the Six of Cups is letting us know, again, this goes back to our emotions. It goes back to being an empath and being clairsentient. You relate to others with similar gifts because you're able to share in the emotions that others feel. You've experienced a lot in your life, and the Six of Cups shows just how much you've experienced and how much growth you've had to make, and you've been forced to have to make these changes emotionally, and you've been forced to have to feel uncomfortable feelings and process them in ways that are difficult. This is also letting me know that you relate to others who suppress their feelings as well. And you're able to see when people are suppressing their feelings. And this is yet another gift of yours. Being able to tell when somebody has been through a lot in life and being able to be somebody that can be there for them is a psychic ability that goes underrated. To be completely honest, I don't know what the terminology for that specific gift is. However, I assure you it is one of the best psychic abilities one can have, and it does relate back to being an empath. The umbrella of empath is massive, and the gifts that fall under that are almost infinite in a lot of ways and in a lot of manners. But in ways that you relate to others, that's how you've been through so much, and it's not obvious. Honestly, upon meeting you, and because you hide it so well, you do a really good job of hiding how you're feeling, and I feel that's a lot of what gives people this comfort to be around you, because you don't hide everything, but you hide enough so that they know that it's a safe place, that you're a safe space, while not feeling like you feel you're going to burden people if you share what you've been through and how you're feeling. And you find yourself relating to others who have this same sense of aura, because you're very good at picking up on energies of others. You're very good at picking up on their auras. This is how you relate to others with similar gifts, is simply by being present in their lives, and being present in understanding that a lot of emotional traumas of the past are going to present themselves in ways where others are also going to be emotionally shut down. And so anyway, the Six of Cups is also letting you know and urging you to share your story. Don't be afraid to share your story. I feel this is going to be a huge transformation for you if you're able to share what you've been through.